Hey guys, it's Tia. Welcome back to my channel, and also, as you can tell by the title of this video, this is like one of my first story times. Now, this is true story. It just happened today. So if you want to know what happens, then keep watching. So anyways, today I was at college, and on a 2-hour break, me and my friend Katie decided to leave the college and go to McDonald's for lunch. So we went to McDonald's for lunch, and when we were getting our food, my friend Katie had to wait a bit for her food, and they said that they'd bring it to her. So she waited for it, so we sat down at the table and she was waiting for her food, and then she went up again to see if it was ready, and then she kind of like was standing there waiting, and then suddenly it's like this guy comes into McDonald's basically, and he sees me sitting there, and then my friend Katie was like getting her food, and this guy was like had these bits of paper with him, and he put one in front of me, and for a second I thought was he advertising something? Was it a business? Or then when I saw the handwriting, I thought, did his pet go missing or something? But then when I looked carefully, it said, I have something about children's stuff, that he's got kids starving, that he has no money to feed them. And that, now I'm going to be clear to you here, I didn't give him any money because I knew he was a con artist. And why I knew he was a con artist was because when I saw him, he had a Nike rucksack, which are very expensive. He had new shoes on. His clothes seemed all new and quite expensive looking. And what made me see that it was fake was that he had all these papers on him, and it's like, if someone was poor and didn't have hardly any money, then they wouldn't be going around with all these papers. And it cost a lot of money to actually print stuff on papers and to scan it and that. So that was like another giveaway, why we knew it was fake and why we knew it was a con, and what made us not give any money, and what made us see that this guy was clearly just like, you know, being like fake begging people for money. Like, he's trying to like make up a sad story saying that he has no money, when we see all this paper, we're like, wait, he has got money, because as I said again, it costs money to print stuff off. And it's like, if you haven't got much money and you want to be able to feed your kids, then why would you be spending your money by printing off a whole ton of papers which you're trying to convince people that you haven't got any money? And I know I've said this a lot, but he looked far too clean, had some expensive things on him, so that's what made me also see that it was fake. Then my friend Katie sees him, and then she gets her food and sits down, and he sees my friend Katie, and she's like thinking, what is going on? Like, why is this guy here with us? And then he gave her one as well, and then she looked at it and then like gave it back to him. And then she gave her thing back to him, and then he like showed us £2, saying like he only has like this much to feed his kids. I was like, yeah, first of all, the guy didn't look poor. The guy looked as if he clearly had money. And I'm not gonna, we told like a lot of our friends at college about what happened, and they were like, oh my god. So a con artist tried to fool you, saying that they're poor and have no money to feed their kids, but it didn't work. So basically, but then it's like he couldn't seem to take no for an answer, because he kind of knew that we didn't fall for it. So he had his hand out, and it had like £2 coin in his hand, and he was like saying, not even 50p, and we were sitting there like, no. He had some designer stuff on him as well, so I really did at first thought, was he promoting a business or something? But he wasn't. But then again, wouldn't you be more likely to do that kind of stuff on the street? You know, it doesn't quite make sense why he came into McDonald's, but then after he left, we were sitting there like we couldn't get over the fact that this guy tried to take our monies and pretend to be a poor person. And we were like, oh my god. Like, we were like just glad that we didn't fall for it or anything. And then we were betting that if we saw him again and he was wearing completely, let's say he decided to wear tattoo clothes, then we know not to fall for that next time. But it's just so weird and crazy that it happened. Now I'm just gonna say, I do care about, you know, poor people, poor countries and that. I do care about that, but in this situation, that man was clearly okay. He clearly had money. As I said before, he had a Nike rucksack, which is designer, very expensive. No poor person would be able to afford that. And firstly, if he's saying that he's got kids, then prove it. Then, you know, like, I mean, who knows, like, he probably doesn't even have children. He's probably just saying that so we're more likely to give him the money. It just doesn't really make much, it just doesn't like make sense. Like, why would you come into a McDonald's where there's food? And we bet anything, we bet he spent that £2 on a burger in McDonald's, because it didn't make any sense. And not only that, but he was standing there over me for like over a minute, and then my friend comes and is wondering what is going on. Like, that is just craziness. What felt weird about it was that when he was asking for money, it's like I had like parts of me, it's like making me not wanting to say yes, but also not wanting to say no. Well, not wanting to say yes because, well, I feel like very highly, and I kind of knew it would be a con, but at the same time, no, because I wasn't too sure. Is this real or fake? But I'm kind of glad that that I didn't give money there at all, because when I actually looked at him properly, that's when I saw that it was fake. Because, I mean, if he was really that poor, then he wouldn't be wearing all these expensive things. Let's just put it that way. Like, he wouldn't be having a Nike bag, which looked pretty brand new. He wouldn't be wearing brand new shoes, and he wouldn't be wearing all these new things and that, and he wouldn't be in here with just £2 to go spend in McDonald's. Because I think I might have saw him buying food there, and it's like, oh wait, so what about your children then? If you're saying that you have children you don't have to feed, then why are you going into McDonald's and buying a burger for yourself, you know? It's just, which is really like what made everyone see, and me see, that it's a con artist. It's not real. I would be really surprised if I actually saw him asking someone for money and then that person falls for it and gives him some money. That would be crazy. So I hope this is like some kind of like a message to you, like, not to fall for these cons, because some con artists however can be very clever and can actually make themselves look very poor, and then which can make people more likely to give them money, and and then you would probably like see them again, and then it's like, you know, like, wait a second, like, they're all dressed up and like wearing really like expensive clothes, and then that's when some people come to realise that, oh god, it was a con artist. But as I said, that guy, honestly, if I do see him again in McDonald's, it's probably gonna put me off from going to McDonald's. But I'm just so glad that he didn't try to take any of my money or that. But what was weird is that he was standing there, and then he was expecting me to go into my purse and give him some money, but I didn't, because I knew it was a fake. You could clearly tell by the appearance. Like, I wish I kind of did have a picture to show you, but he looked very clean, expensive stuff. His clothes looked all brand new and that. Clearly had the money. He was just trying to like he just thought, oh, if I just come up with a really sad story and make up a story that I have hardly any money to feed my kids, even though he probably, I don't know, you know what, we don't even know if he has children, but I'm just like so glad that I didn't give my money to a stranger. I mean, who would give money to a complete stranger? Unless it was a charity or something, that's different. But when this is just someone going around with bits of paper trying to get people to give him money, it's not going to work. And then we saw him go up to another guy in the restaurant, or in McDonald's, sorry. And then the other guy just sat there and and just ignored him because he knew it was fake. So that just like shows you, do not fall for con artists. As just hearing, like, as I'm telling you my experience I had today, do not fall for that. And if they do try anything, then you just gotta report them. Because if you do say no and they decide to try and get into your purse or something, then you know you gotta report them straight away. Or they could do it to other people and be getting aware of that. Or, what's worse, they could even try and take something of yours when you're not looking and then just go. Not good. So, that's pretty much mostly it for that video, and this is kind of quite a long story time. I don't know how long I've been talking for. Could be ages. But I hope you all enjoyed this video and maybe learned something from here, like, or maybe, like, you know, let me know in the comments if you came across someone like that. I'd be really curious to know. So sorry, just kneeling up because my bum hurts. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed it, then give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because well, subscribe button's broken, and by hitting the notification bell you will get notified of when I post new videos. So that is it. Bye guys. And also, if you also want to see my friend Katie's side of the story, in fact, actually, my friend Katie also has a YouTube, and if you want to see her, she's also done a story time on this as well. So if you want to see her side of the story, I'll put a link in the description box below if you want to check that out. And go show her video some love as well. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.